Hi guys, welcome to a new video, a new episode of my rewatch series. We arrived at episode 5, Bloody Mary episode, one of my favorites, as usual in season 1. One of the scariest episodes in the series, or back when the show was actually scary, specifically in season 1. And this has to be like top 3 scariest supernatural episodes for me. Most likely number 1. Really creepy, the classic Bloody Mary urban legend. Obviously, we've seen it in a lot of movies and TV shows. You say Bloody Mary 3 times in a mirror, Bloody Mary appears, and a Bloody Mary is a vicious and creepy ghost. I like the influence of the movies as a Ring, I believe at the time. On that episode, you can really tell with the design of the monster, how she moves, how she looks. I think there was a big influence from the movie The Ring. I forgot the exact year of the movie The Ring, early 2000s, season 1, 2005, so I believe it would have been influenced by it big time. At least that's how I feel when I watch this episode the first few times. So yeah, let's get right into the episode and talk about it. Yeah, do it, not just do it, but do it in the dark too. With just candle light. Brilliant.
Bloody Mary. This is so stupid. Bloody Mary.
Now stop. That's the sign.
Bloody Mary.
His stupid friends are gonna... I remembered that.
Shoemaker.
Oh, Mr. Shoemaker is gonna get some creepy visitor. Man, she's creepy. Wow. That's a lot of mirrors. You're asking for it with all those mirrors. Really pushing it. Yeah, he's done. That's the fakest.
Med students. Sorry. Oh, Dr. Fiklovich didn't tell you? When we talked to him on the phone, we're from Ohio State. He's supposed to show us the Shoemaker corpse. It's for our paper.
Well, I'm sorry. He's at lunch.
Oh, well, he said, it doesn't matter. You don't mind just showing us the body, do you?
Sorry, I can't. Doc will be back in an hour. You can wait for him if you want.
An hour? Ooh, we gotta be heading back to Columbus by then.
Yeah.
Look, man, this paper's like half our grade, so if you don't mind helping us out.
Look, man. No.
Douche.
I'm gonna hit him in his face. That's right.
Sam is a smart one.
Might not be one of ours. Might just be some freak medical thing.
How many times in Dad's long and varied career has it actually been a freak medical thing? And not some sign of awful supernatural death?
It's always supernatural.
Almost never.
Well, this Bloody Mary is a selective one, let's just say. Lucky for the kids, obviously. Would have been more brutal and, yeah, if she let the kids have it. Much darker than it really is.
The Bloody Mary legend. Did Dad ever find any evidence that it was a real thing?
Not that I know of.
I mean, everywhere else, all over the country, kids play Bloody Mary, and as far as we know, nobody dies from it.
Yeah, well, maybe everywhere it's just a story, but here it's actually happening.
The place where the legend began. But according to the legend, the person who says...
Love that scene.
The person who says, you know what, gets it. But here...
Shoemaker
Like
gets it
Harry
instead,
Potter.
yeah.
Right.
You know what?
Never heard anything like that before. Still, the guy did die right in front of the mirror. And the daughter's right. I mean, the way the legend goes, you know who scratches your eyes out.
It's worth checking into.
Now that is creepy.
killed that boy.
There's a whole secret thing. The guilt. She hunts certain people. So yeah, I like how they modified the urban legend of Bloody Mary. They have their own unique take on it, not just standard basic monster. Once again, Supernatural likes to have its own spin, especially in those creative early seasons. And even the boys discuss how Bloody Mary is interpreted differently in different lore, in different places. She could be this, she could be that. In this case, she's not just like a blind monster. You call her name 3 times and she comes out to kill you without thinking. This ghost has a very specific MO, if you will. She goes after people with certain guilt, people who hurt someone, killed someone in most cases, and they're hiding it, they wouldn't admit it. Like in this girl's case, telling her she killed a boy, whatever. And we even see that with Sam and Dean towards the end of the episode when she goes after them. So yeah, Sam's guilt, Dean has his own guilt, and we're kind of left to wonder what that is at the moment. So yeah, it's really creative writing, creative spin on Bloody Mary, and it's not just a standard like horror movie-like episode, which is still great enough on its own, but it is actually creative, and that's something to really admire about those old-fashioned episodes. They weren't just empty-minded like entertainment. They actually had thought into them. And they were fun. They are the best episodes. Nothing will ever come close to them from the later seasons. I hope we get a few of those, or anywhere near them at least, in the final season. In the dreaded final season, until hopefully a future comeback.
Pictures and things.
Great.
I hate lying to her.
Trust us, it's for the greater good. Hit the lights.
What are you guys looking for?
We'll let you know as soon as we find it.
Hey, night vision. Thanks. Perfect.
Do I look like Paris Hilton?
And we know the night of March 29th, someone broke into her apartment and murdered her. Cut out her eyes with a knife.
That's right.
See, sir, when we ask you what happened, we want to know what you think happened.
Technically, I'm not supposed to have a copy of this.
They always do.
Now, see that there? T-R-E?
Yeah?
I think Mary was trying to spell out the name of her killer.
You know who it was?
Not for sure. But there was a local man, surgeon, Trevor Sampson. And I think he cut her up good.
Now, why would he do something like
Looks
that?
like an asshole.
Her diary mentioned a man she was seeing. She called him by his initial, T. Well, her last entry, she was gonna tell T's wife about their affair.
Yeah, but how do you know it was this guy Sampson who killed her?
It's hard to say. But the way her eyes were cut out, it was almost professional.
But you could never prove it.
I mean, you bring these strangers into my house and ask
Oh,
me things
this
like that.
dumb
They're only trying to help. Please,
girl.
Donna, you have to believe
She's
me.
gonna say it.
What? About Bloody Mary? Please, I know it sounds crazy. Crazy doesn't even begin to cover it. I mean, it's one thing for my sister to believe this crap. She's 12. But you? With the way your dad died, okay? And the way Jill died. Okay, so... Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary.
Dumbass.
See? Nothing happened. Why would you do that? Oh my God. There really is something wrong with you.
Ah, she deserves to go. Yeah, not even I feel bad for her. Oh no. This one is... Yeah, it looks like the wrong girl will be chased, not the bitch who said it 3 times in the mirror. It sucks that someone, you know, F's up and someone else gets punishment. Well, obviously she goes after people who actually hurt someone. Who could be like, even false guilt. She goes by false guilt. Like, if Sam and Dean feel guilty, Sam feels guilty about Jess. He didn't really obviously cause her death. But her death is caused by his presence. It's not like he meant to kill her or anything. He didn't kill her. It's just by proxy, kind of like her attachment to him. I think this girl, the blonde girl, I don't think she killed anyone, you know, directly either. It must be some guilt. Haven't seen the episode in a while, obviously. We're gonna see what's the story with that, but yeah, I hate when someone like is being a bitch, like her friend, and this one is the one that gets it. Because her friend really deserves to get it for being such a bitch and rude to her. Yeah, we'll see. She's gonna be saved by the boys last moment, but still sucks.
Therefore, the ionic radius is smaller than the atomic radius.
Super creepy.
Charlie!
This reminds me of Nightmare on Elm Street. Very similar to that.
Stop it! What's wrong? Just calm down.
Oh my god, even in the glasses.
And besides, all of this isn't a secret. I mean, I know all about it. It's not going to work with Mary anyway.
No, you don't.
I don't what?
You don't know all about it. I haven't told you everything.
What are you talking about?
Well, it wouldn't really be a secret if I told you, would it?
It's a good reason not to tell him.
No. I don't like it. It's not going to happen. Forget it.
Being
Dean, that girl
protective
back
brother.
there is going to die. Unless we do something about it. And you know what? Who knows how many more people are going to die after that? Now we're doing this. You've got to let me do this.
Appealing to his brother's sense of like heroism. It's pretty effective.
Bloody Mary.
And a moment of truth. The creepiest time. You know she's gonna come for you and you're just... That's why you gotta love about those boys, you know, they put in their lives constantly in the most stupidest, dangerous situations in order to save people, and it's really admirable of them. And you can see a lot more of it in those early seasons, again, in those more contained stories and more simple stories than the big apocalyptic events in the recent seasons. I've said this in a previous video in one of the older episodes, same thing. Like when he went on a plane in the Phantom Traveler episode, same thing. It's like the stupidest danger you can put yourself into. And the same thing here. Sam volunteered once again, and Dean, of course, not gonna let him do it alone. So to save people, they just literally go to hell for it if they have to. And that's really awesome. Supernatural, a lesson in bravery and self-sacrifice.
Like I said, I was adopted. Yeah. You know, I really don't have time for this right now.
You get him, Dean.
You never told her the truth. Who you really were. But it's more than that, isn't it? Those nightmares you've been having of Jessica dying, screaming, burning. You had them for days before she died. Didn't you? You were so desperate to be normal, to believe they were just dreams. How could you ignore them like that? How could you leave her alone to die?
Can't really blame him for not thinking he
You
actually has
tripped, and what
premonitions.
happened? Sammy.
Epic.
Sammy.
Oh no. Oh no. The creepy as hell scene. Again, very Ring-like. I mean, look at this shit. Super creepy. Yeah, ghosts scare me the most out of any monster. Oh yeah, he's gonna show her herself in the mirror. It's hilarious. Look at Dean being smart. It's like, look at yourself, bitch. Do you like what you're doing?
You killed them. All those people.
Yep.
You killed them.
Reverse Bloody Mary. Brilliant. Yeah, not just her eyes. All of her melts. Finally.
Hey, Sam. Yeah. This gotta be like, what, 600 years bad luck?
And it's true. The boys' perpetual, eternal bad luck explained.
Now that this is all over, I want you to tell me what that secret was.
Look, you're my brother, and I'd die for you. But there's some things I need to keep to myself.
Well, he's gonna find out later. Anyway, the whole premonition thing. Alright, that was it, guys. Another awesome, great episode from the old classic season 1. And that ending there is really sad. It's kind of bittersweet, sad and happy ending at the same time. Sam seeing kind of like a ghost of Jessica smiling in a white dress at the end. After he already kind of forgave himself for feeling the guilt for, feels guilty for her death. So that ending kind of like signifies that, well, he did talk about it, kind of letting it go. And this kind of symbolizes that Jessica's ghost is happy now for him or something. I don't think it was an illusion. I think it was kind of like, maybe it is her ghost kind of letting him know that it's okay, you don't have to beat yourself over it. So, yeah, like I said, bittersweet ending. And the episode, of course, was creepy as hell. Bloody Mary, like I said, resembles a girl from The Ring. That movie I don't want to watch again. It really creeped me out. And the makeup and the movement, the creepy limbs, kind of like accelerated body movement thing, that creeps me out every time, no matter how many times I watch it. And yeah, the whole bad luck joke is really funny about them breaking mirrors. It's hilarious. And like I said earlier in the videos, that I like the spin they had on Bloody Mary, is that she's not just a generic urban legend. This one gets specific people who have like guilt over something, especially someone's death. She doesn't just go after people who summon her in the mirror by saying her name 3 times. I love the joke about the boys being in front of a mirror and saying, you know who, you know what. Kind of like reminding me of Harry Potter, the one who should not be named, whatever they used to say about the villain in Harry Potter. So yeah, this is another kind of throwback to Harry Potter, which is very funny. So yeah, the episode, as usual in those classic episodes, had everything. The drama was, Sam's guilt and everything. Had the comedy with the jokes, as usual. No matter how dark the episodes get, so they always had those funny jokes in there or really hilarious kind of situation comedy thing. And of course, the biggest thing is the horror. The old seasons and all episodes like this had true horror. They were actually like horror movies. Obviously, that's long gone after like season 3 or even since season 3. But they used to actually care about this horror element in the series, and it used to be the best part about it. Later, it just became this soap opera thing with the big apocalypse, angels, demons, archangels, and God, Amara, all of that stuff. The big stuff can be interesting too, but they're nowhere near as cool as episodes like that. So yeah, I always admire those episodes and I always cherish them, and I always have them to rewatch, so that's a good thing, Even if the series doesn't come back, sadly that would be very sad, but if it doesn't come back, we'll always have season 1 to 3 to rewatch and admire all over again. And they are the best seasons for me, as I always say. So yeah guys, let me know what you think of this awesome episode Bloody Mary down below in the comments. Subscribe for more awesome Spreadshirt content. Till next time, as always, no chick flick moments.